The most entitled thing a family member ever demanded from me was that I abort my baby because my sister wanted to be pregnant first. After 7 months of trying, my husband Kyle and I finally announced we were expecting. Everyone celebrated except my younger sister, Jacqueline. She exploded. She smashed a wine glass and screamed that I had no right to be pregnant before her. She insisted I owed her the first grandchild and demanded I terminate my pregnancy within a week. The next morning, she showed up at our house with printed abortion clinic appointments and announced them to our neighbors. When my husband tore them up, she called the entire family for an intervention. That weekend, over 20 relatives crowded into my mother's living room, while Jacqueline delivered a literal PowerPoint presentation explaining why my pregnancy was ruining her life. A lawyer in the family finally shut her down, stating there was no legal way to force an abortion. We called her bluff. She stormed out, swearing she'd never speak to us again. 7 months later, during my baby shower, Jacqueline burst through the door very pregnant wearing a shirt that read "First Grandchild Loading." She claimed she'd gotten pregnant right after the intervention and was determined to give birth before me. When I casually mentioned my due date was earlier than hers, her face twisted with rage. She grabbed my arm and whispered that she'd make sure her baby came first. Days later, we learned the truth. Obsessed with beating me, Jacqueline had taken black market labor-inducing substances. When that didn't work, she coerced an unlicensed person into performing a home C-section at 31 weeks using box cutters. She nearly bled to death. Her baby was born barely alive and rushed to the NICU. Jacqueline lost her uterus and would never have another child. From her hospital bed, she called me and blamed me for everything. As my own delivery approached, hospital staff took her threat seriously. Security was assigned. CPS and police documented every incident. My husband demanded lockdown-level protections. When I went into labor, Jacqueline tried repeatedly to reach the maternity ward, asking nurses about baby security and attempting to sneak past guards. I gave birth safely to a healthy baby girl under full protection. Jacqueline later attempted to confront us again and was placed on an involuntary psychiatric hold. A restraining order was granted. Criminal charges followed for the illegal surgery and child endangerment. Her baby survived but was placed with paternal grandparents in another state. Some family members still blamed me for not being considerate enough. But here's the truth. Entitlement doesn't stop at requests, it escalates when boundaries are enforced. Protecting my child mattered more than protecting anyone else's delusions. And I'd do it again every time.